Welcome back, guys, to the Christmas extravaganza of Pokémon X. We're going to go explore Ambret Town now. First things first, the Fossil Laboratory.
It's not really much of an extravaganza, more like a happening or a happenstance.
Why you gotta ruin this seasonal treat, Helldragon?
Because I'm good at ruining things I touch.
Yeah, your first name is actually Ebenezer, I found out.
So this lady likes Pokemon with speed, and trust me, I know a good place where you can get that stuff.
Oh yeah, there's just wild Sonics outside Ambret Town. Let me go catch one. I hear it's got a speed of 999. It maxed out, that shit.
Oh, that one's going along the shore trying to get a lease. Let's go get it first.
Some cool parallels here with Cinnabar, actually, in that you could revive fossils there, and it was also by the coast, and that's actually kind of where the comparisons end, really.
Yeah, I still think it's weird that they have, like, laboratories that can revive ancient and dead Pokemon, and not more is done with it beyond, well, pick these two fossils and see which one make you mad the least. I don't trust this guy.
Not a fan of scientists.
I'm not a fan of his hunching.
Yeah, in most media, that tends to equal evilness.
That's true. Of course, the lady scientist looks perfectly fine. Water fossils? I'm a bit on the fence about it myself.
Thanks, Serena. I wouldn't have figured that out if it weren't for you whispering in my ear.
Yeah, now I just have this vision of Tom doesn't actually know what the fuck's going on. Serena kind of has to walk him through it. Press up B to catch Pokemon. It works, trust me.
Serena, are you sure about this? No, I saw some guy on FAQ say it works every time, trust me.
Oh, you see that truck lifted up? I hear there's something good under it.
Well, actually, it's funny you bring that up, because I think it was in Fire Red and Leaf Green. They actually did put an item under there. It was a lava cookie, I believe.
Wait, you can get to the truck in Fire Red and Leaf Green?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I didn't know that.
What do you think of aquariums, mate?
I think they're pretty fishy. I wouldn't trust them at all.
The puns have just leaked out like so much water from an aquarium.
Somebody has smashed the aquarium of puns. Puns are getting everywhere. Oh my god. And do they actually keep, like, fish-type Pokemon in here, or is it just, like, normal fish?
You know, it's weird, because sometimes, like, especially early on in the Pokemon anime, you'd see, like, normal fish swimming about, and I don't know what to believe anymore.
Gratuitous but nice camera change.
Apparently they worship the almighty golden Magikarp here.
As you know, if it gets to level 20 and you anger it, your destruction is but guaranteed.
Yes, but you see, the thing here is this Magikarp can lay 500 more eggs, and then you can sell it. I love that episode.
You beautiful motherfucker! I'm glad you brought that up, actually.
Speaking of, for the translated or dubbed version of the XY anime, they're actually using a remix of the original show's theme, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's still kind of J-poppy, but still, it's kind of neat that they're bringing it back. And they're bringing back the old motto, gotta catch 'em all. Although, good fucking luck, right?
What, the first remix of that was terrible.
There was a first remix?
Don't try and search it out. It's like the Hoenn Poke Rap on, like, surround sound.
Ugh. My head is trying to suck back into my shoulders. So I like how this guy, out of nowhere, gives you a fishing rod from God knows where, and just says, go at it, you know.
He's just trying to perpetuate his legacy without, you know, going through the trouble of starting a relationship and having kids of his own.
Yeah, that's always been a big problem for me. It's a love disc, alright.
Yeah, hey, you remember that one episode of Pokemon Chronicles that revolved around a love disc?
No, because Pokemon Chronicles was shit, Tom.
Well, there was Raikou Legend of Thunder, which was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, That's great! Raikou Legend of Thunder in Pokemon Chronicles, it's the best episode because it's the one that's the least offensive.
You know, if they ever like re-release that on DVD, they're just going to use that as a quote on the back of the box.
The one that's least offensive. You won't feel pain after this one, it'll all be over. But I remember, actually, I've been watching a bit of Pro Jared's Nuzlocke run, and I remember his whole party got, like, wiped. And this was one of the first ones that he got for, like, his new party trying to replenish it. And he was so unhappy, I loved it.
I just want to point out, we're not contractually obliged to mention Jared on each part, it's just a happy Christmas coincidence, really. Look, there's that tree in the background.
Oh, hey, how you doing, man? Oh, I'm doing alright.
You know, just growing some fruit.
Does Love-Disc evolve in anything? Oh, wait, you said it should have evolved into that other Pokemon, but it never did.
Amololololo, or whatever it's called.
Phenomenon.
Do-do-do-do. Amolololo, do-do-do-do.
Trade this.
Trade thing.
I think trade this would have been funnier, but this one's still pretty good. I can't wait until that youth opens up his Wonder Trade and gets an amazing creature, a Love-Disc called Trade Thing. Won't he be happy? Happy to find you?
I want to do something really cool, like randomly send out Zapdoses or something. You know, just make someone's day. I may actually do that for Christmas, actually.
Somebody has been sending out, like, you know, they do send out a lot of neat Pokemon over on Wonder Trade. Like, that's how you got your Froakie. That's pretty cool. And, like, I think there's a movement. I don't know if this is, if they actually did this or not. But they were apparently going to send out Delibirds today on Christmas. So, if that did happen, let me know about it.
There's a thing called Wonder Trade Wednesday as well.
That's unofficial, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dirty sandberries.
My favourite.
Oh, that was the tree that was watching in the background. It's giving us some berries as a reward, I guess.
Help! I'm trapped on this island!
Why don't you fly out, Mr. Sky Trainer?
Yeah, we finally come to something that I really wasn't looking forward to, the Sky Battles.
This feature, though it sounded cool when it got announced, it turned out that a lot of people weren't really fans of it, and for some good reasons, I think. Don't you agree?
Yeah, it's heavily restrictive. Number 2, it's heavily restrictive. And 3, it's just not very fun. Yes, 2 of those reasons are actually the same, but the point still stands.
Yeah, the thing is that only certain Pokemon, obviously, you know, like flying types and other things like that, can participate in a Sky Battle. This means that if you're flying Pokemon or bug Pokemon or whatever, if its model doesn't look like it's flying in the air, it can't participate. Hawlucha is a flying Pokemon, but it can't participate in these because it doesn't have a flying model, which is just unnaturally and needlessly restrictive, you know? That just really kills a lot of the options.
And it's weird because in Pokemon Me, some of these Pokemon that do have flying animations are just stood on the ground normally.
And another thing is that, also these can be pretty hard. Like, I've heard stories where, like, one of the Sky Battle trainers has a, what was that? Emolga, you know, the flying electric rat squirrel thing. Like, their party's basically loaded to completely screw you over because you have flying Pokemon and other Pokemon that's vulnerable to electricity. So, as a whole, from what I've heard about it, this feature didn't really seem all that thought out very well.
I was not prepared for Pokemon 10 levels above me, let me tell you that. And because of this, I probably won't even bother going after any of the Sky Battles, so enjoy, I guess. Oh, and by the way, this was a battle of attrition. I just basically infested it, stun spored it, constantly chugged lemonades, and basically let it destroy itself.
Yeah, I know back there you killed a Mantike. I don't think a Mantike is a flying Pokemon, is it?
I think it's part flying, because I know Mantine is. Let me just look this up.
So I'm fixing to say, I'm like, well, Goldeen was hovering. You know, Goldeen apparently has massive psychic powers, but it's not allowed to join in the Sky Battle.
It is indeed water flying, yeah.
Have some maggots. Maggots like grass types. So it flies slower when it's hurt, okay.
Just look how boring, unenthusiastic, and just not fun these battles are. You know, if there's a feature that's going to be dropped, I would wager the sky battles would be it.
Can we drop the Shauna feature? I really think that might be helpful. Okay, we kind of bash on her a lot, I admit. I apologize if... Some people do like Shauna, you know, in comparison with, say, like, Tierno, who is kind of fucking worthless, let's be honest, so...
I think you might be projecting a tad there, mate, to be honest.
I'm projecting? Excuse me if I like going around wearing ice cream on my shirt, okay? I'm a bad eater. I'm sorry.
Seriously, come back and help me, I'm dying! You shouldn't have forced me into a sky battle, that was a choice! There was a menu, don't care.
I choose to leave you to your fate, motherfucker.
The broken shards of the boulder attacks!
Here's a Pokemon with Psionic Blaster attacks.
Dwebble was one of my mains in Black and Black 2, actually. It's a pretty fun Pokemon.
Really?
Well, I should say it's Evolution Crustal, but the point stands.
I guess, you know, he doesn't really look like the kind of Pokemon you would normally use outside of a Nuzlocke. Good thing the tree's watching and giving Dwebble here some support.
If you get into a battle on the beach, does it just use the same environment for every battle on the beach?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you were fighting that Love Disc earlier, who was floating even though it's a water Pokemon, and you did fight that on the beach.
Well, I'm just saying, geographically, we're nowhere near the tree at this point. I'm pretty sure the cliff should be, you know, obscuring our view of it.
I don't know, maybe the tree just wants a friend, so it's following us around.
That's pretty creepy when you consider what one of the Pokemon in this game is.
That's true. Well, more like he's following you around, and I am completely safe.
I'm going to assume you get this reference.
Hermie is... this is the, Superstar Saga boss, right?
Yes, it is.
Alright, thank you, see?
Damn good RPG, by the way. If you haven't already tried Superstar Saga for the Game Boy Advance, I heavily recommend you go pick it up after you finish watching this part.
Do you have a recommended price tag and other recommended games, Mr. Amazon?
No, check back later.
Oh, he's an 8-ball too on the side, apparently.
Wonder if we'll find a diamond. Sinnoh confirmed.
There have been 6 generations of Pokemon. Gen 7 fucking confirmed. What's with all these Pokemon hiding in rocks for the right time to strike?
I believe it's a Dwebble conspiracy.
Well, that's true. They don't really have much else to do they? Oh, look! The tree got replaced by a giant, inconspicuous hill of sand. I'm not the tree, honest!
There's just a tree hiding under it.
We see you, tree. No, what? No, I'm not a tree.
Ah, yes, the infamous dune tree, which hides under dunes of sand to protect itself from its natural predators, the birds. You know, just out of nowhere, a Horlucha comes by and drop kicks it and takes all its berries.
Man, I would pay to see that, actually. That sounds nice.
You would pay to see that.
Well, it's wrestling. That counts, right? It was slightly difficult. Heal me, Nurse Joy.
Well, what you saw was a heavily condensed version of that Sky battle. I basically lost like 3 or 4 times. Just kidding, we restored your Pokemon to half health.
That's like that's the free-to-play option for the Pokemon Center. You want full healing? You gotta pay premium for that shit.
Don't say that kind of shit, okay? They're listening. We know this by now.
Yeah, that is a bit scary, and it might happen. Ugh. Rhyhorns, eh?
And we'll see more of your favourite Pokemon later today.